boys and girls, and welcome to Mrs. Hoover's art class. Today we are going to create a mixed media sculpture. Do you know what mixed media is? It means that we're going to use more than one art material. We are going to combine drawing and sculpting. We're going to make masks out of cardboard, and our inspiration for our masks is an artist that I really like, Kimmy Cantrell. So let's look at some artwork by this amazing artist. Again at Kimmy Cantrell's faces. What do you notice? Do you notice the eyes, that they don't quite line up? They don't even match. And what about those noses? What do you notice about those? They look kind of like L's sometimes, don't they? Not normal noses. And the mouths, very different. So let's get started with our own masks. What I want you to do is get a piece of paper and draw out a design for your mask. I've included some ideas, some eyes and some noses and some mouths, but you don't have to use these ideas at all. This is just to get your creative juices flowing. You can do whatever you want to for your design. So you're going to get a piece of paper and a pencil, and I want you to make a design. I'm going to design a face also. Your face does not need to look like mine at all. Yours can look completely different, or it can look just like mine if you want to. That's totally up to you. So let's get started. So I'm going to draw the shape of my mask. I like making a kind of unusual shape. I'm going to draw one eye over here, and then another eye a little lower. And some eyelashes, and the top of his head, or her head. And for the nose, maybe some circles and lines, some big lips, and the chin. I think I'll add some cheeks. I like that. Now I'm ready for color. Now that I have my design, it's time for me to draw out my face onto my cardboard. And so you can see I just had this regular piece of cardboard. And you can use a pencil. I'm going to use a marker so that you can see what I'm doing. I don't think you could see it if I just use a pencil. So one of the things I like to do when I am working with cardboard is I try to use the edges as much as I can so I don't have to cut out as much, since cardboard is kind of hard to cut out. I think I like it this way. And so I'm going to use this edge for the side of my face. And so that's going to come down here, and then I'm going to go across like that. And this is the top of my mask. Come down to about like this, and then over. That's kind of, it's not exactly the same, but that's okay. And then I've got this curvy part and that part right like that. So I'm not going to draw in all of these different features, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, all that, because that's the stuff we're going to cut out of separate pieces of cardboard. So I'm just going to cut this part out, and then I'm going to color it in. Now that I have my shape drawn, I'm ready to add color. I'm going to add my color before I cut it out. Now I'm just going to put the color on the background. I am not going to color in the nose, the eyes, and the mouth. That's the part that we're going to use separate pieces of cardboard. But right now I'm just going to add the background color. I'm using oil pastels. Oil pastels are really nice and rich. You can use crayons if you'd like to as well. That will work. But I love using oil pastels. Okay, I think I've colored in everything I want to color in, and everything else I'm going to do, I will add with separate pieces of cardboard. So now I'm going to cut out my mask. Okay, I have my face all cut out, and I'm ready to start adding the features. So I've got these lovely pieces of cardboard here, and I can cut them up and use these for my face. I think I'm going to do the eye first. See how I have this one here, and I want to cut out a rectangular piece just like that. I love how with sculpture, and particularly this project, it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I love about art. Now, one of the things you can do with cardboard, the corrugated cardboard, is you can peel off a layer. So you can do this and use this fun textured piece. I think I'll use this for the eye. I like that. And then I'm going to cut out a piece for the actual eye part. So I've got my cardboard here, and I'm going to cut that out. There, that'll go there. I like that. And then I need another eye over here. So I'm going to cut this shape. Well, I think I'm going to cut that sort of like a triangle shape, and then put an eye on top of it. There, I cut this other eyeball out, and I need to move it up a little bit, like my design has it. I could even cut another circle out for that part there. I think I'll do that. One of the things you can do also is looking at your scrap pieces and decide, you don't have to stick with the design you came up with. You can come up with other things. If you see, oh, I like that shape, I'm going to add that. So I can put that there. And I see I have the eyelid, so I think I'm just going to cut that off. And maybe I'll add an eyelid on the top of it. I don't know. I could add that on the top. Ooh, I like that. Love how that throws a shadow there. So now I need to do this guy, and I will cut some half circles for his eyes. All right, so that's going to go, needs to be curved, doesn't it? Like that. I could use another one that's a little bigger. And I'm just guessing on these sizes. I might not be right. I think that's a little small. I'll get another piece of paper. All right. So what you want to do is you want to just start cutting and finding different shapes and make some layers. I can cut out some circles to glue on and cut out the nose and glue that on. I think I'll do that. This could be a good shape for a nose, a good start. I like to use what I have. All right, so that is a little bit big, but I like it. Might trim it down a bit. Okay, it's looking good so far. I can cut some circles for the cheeks and some lips, and then add color and glue them on. Don't be afraid to experiment and try different things. I need circles for the pupils in each one. I like to add as much as I can and not have things rely on me drawing, because I want this to be a sculpture. So I want to add rather than draw. I want to build it up. That's what sculptors do. Okay, getting there, aren't I? So I just need to have some circles to go across. I didn't like those. I'm going to do something else up there. Maybe just a funny eyebrow. All right, well, I think I'm ready now to color these pieces and glue them down. This is my coloring paper that I got, so I'm going to use that to do my coloring so I don't mess up my table and I don't mess up my mask. Now I noticed that I did not have a white oil pastel. I don't know what happened to it. I may have left it at school. So I just went and found something I have. I have a white pastel, and I'm going to use that because I want my white to be a little bit brighter. I couldn't get it very bright with my white crayon that I was trying. Pastels are fun because you can blend them. They're chalk, but they're like nicer chalk, so they get a real bright color. You can even use paint if you want to. I don't have to color all of it because some of it's covered up by my eye, my white eye. So I'm just going to color the bottom part. Okay, so this part is ready to glue down. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to show you how to glue these down. You can color everything and then glue it down, or you can glue them down when you just one section at a time. So I've got my liquid glue. Make sure it's flowing. And I'm going to put some glue on it. Okay, right about there. Now, of course, I let that dry for a little bit, but I'm going to glue other things down as well. One of the things you can do when you're gluing this together is, a lot of times in my classes, I will use a glue gun because the glue guns go quickly, and that is certainly an option. All right, I'm going to do the rest of it now. Okay, boys and girls, the last thing we need to do is we need to put a back on our mask. So in order to do that, I have a piece of yarn that I just cut, and it doesn't need to be very long. So you can see on the back here, we're going to glue this on the back so that we can hang up our mask. So I'm going to just stretch it across here, make a little bit of a loop like that, and then I'll put glue on this part and on this part. Then I'll let that dry. Boys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed making your Kimmy Cantrell inspired cardboard mask. I would love to see what you did. If you want to, you can send me a picture at Mrs Hoover's Art Class at gmail.com. And until next time, remember, every day is a great day to make art. Bye.